Hey everyone. So I just finished writing a test for med school called the Casper, and it's just a test that kind of looks at how you think and about your personality. It's not about a ghost, although we are getting into Halloween season, so that makes sense. But it's kind of just a neat test you have to write as part of your application. So I hear a lot of you saying, and I've been already asked twice or at least twice this week, why am I taking another med school test? I thought I had failed a test and had no hope. And you're right. I, at least as of right now, with my grading hasn't reviewed the MCAT scoring yet. I still have a pretty much 0% chance of getting in. So why did I just take this test this weekend? And that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about just really quickly today. Because in discussing this with people this week, I realized that finishing strong isn't something that we tend to teach anymore. And that's what that's about. I don't know if you guys watch the Olympics. I really like watching live sports. And one of my favorite moments was speed skating a couple Olympics ago. I'm terrible with memory about dates and stuff. Um, but this one guy was in last place and he was way behind everyone. I think he was like Australian or somewhere that I'm like, I didn't even know they had ice. So good for them for even being there. And they were so far behind and they were just chugging along. And I mean, you think they'd look ahead and think, man, there's just no way. But then, up at the beginning, with all of these high power countries like Canada, the US, people known for speed skating prowess. I mean, heck, we could practically skate all the way around our towns during the winter. Um, and those guys are way ahead and they're about to cross the line, and somebody catches an edge and trips somebody, who then trips somebody else, who then trips the next two people behind them. And all of a sudden, this little guy, who, like I said, I think he was Australian, just glides past everybody and finishes first. Now, it was just a heat, it wasn't for a medal or anything, but it always kind of stuck in my mind. Well, why? First of all, it was funny. Not that I like to see my country lose at anything, but it was it was pretty humorous to hear the announcers talk about this guy so far in last place zip by everybody because they just had some bad luck. But it's always stuck with me because that's kind of been the way my parents have always raised me is regardless of what the outcome looks like it's going to be, if you've committed to something, you have to finish it strong. It's hard. It is really hard to look up and realize everyone else has already crossed the finish line and you're still going. It'd be so much easier to stop and just say why bother? And really that's what I could have done with this test. I mean, I've already paid for it, so that was part of it that I kind of thought, well, you paid for it, you should do it. But it was an hour and a half of my Sunday that I would have preferred to, I don't know, play video games, go out with friends, probably have a nap. Instead, I did the test because that's really when we're developing our character. As this test didn't mean anything, but I still went in and prepared for it and really, really tried to do the best that I possibly could on it. I took the most amount of time I could. I didn't just skip through it because at the end of the day, it's not going to make a difference as far as med school. But the more we practice these good habits that develop our character, the more we benefit long term. So today, it's not going to help me to get into med school, but being able to take that disappointment and frustration and just say, no, I'm going to finish what I started and I'm going to finish it well, is something I know that down the road is going to help me be a better person. So, my challenge to you guys today is to take a look at something maybe you've put off because why bother? And try and find that motivation inside of you to say, you know what? Regardless of the fact that this isn't going to get me anywhere, I'm going to see it through to the end. And it's one of those things that I felt a little bit proud of myself that when I finished it and submitted it today, I thought, you know what? Pat on the back. Even though it's not going to get me into med school today, it's going to develop me into the character that when I do get into med school, I can trust myself to always push and always be able to persevere even when things seem hopeless. Anyway, I hope you guys had a great weekend. I did. I had our Thanksgiving late and ate way too much crappy food, so my belly hates me. But it's really neat when you get to spend time with your family, even if they give you belly aches. All right, see you guys.